So here's what I'm doing. This type of linkage, where it's two rods like this, 1, 2, and they put in, you know, fit in this little adjuster. And I'm going to swap this type out for that type that's in that 71, because at 71, the screw is way back here, and it's like, it's just ridiculous to adjust. But this is the old school style, the style that's on the 74. The style that's on the 7120 is the real old school style. Then they came up with this because they knew the 20 horse style is a pain in the ass. Let me pull off what I need here and pop that on so I'm not wrestling around with that thing all day. I'll just take this whole thing right here. I may need these little pieces. We'll find out in a minute. I like it better like that. We can try it like this. This thing may be too long. I may have to cut it. Yeah, I'm hitting that damn pin. That might work. And it might not. All right. Back up. All right, so what I had to do was get the black bushings off the other linkage. The old bushings that were in there, they're just too wore out. And they just fit better. Plus I turned it around the way it should be. I was doing the in the hurry thing there a minute ago. So what's happening now is, here's up on full throttle. My roll pin is perfectly vertical, which means my butterfly is perfectly horizontal. So come back down, way down here, and this thing is sticking. I'm going to twist the spring on here, give it one more wrap, because it just doesn't have enough tension on it. Plus, I noticed before too, this roller cam follower has a slight bit of a flat spot on it, so it doesn't like to roll. Pain in the butt. Damn, did I already bang my hand today or what? Yeah, getting old, man. It's out of there. Wrap it around, come on. Yeah, getting old, baby. The best way to get a super hot body when you're old is cremation. Hey, I finally figured out when I was just starting to get old. Now I know why they invented the early bird special. Come on, you're right there. Let's go. Oh, slipped out on me. Right there. Anyway, you know what I'm doing. Let me turn this off, conserve my battery. Let me get the gas can and then fill this thing up with water and fire it up and dial her in. I think she's ready to go. This my linkage is still a little bit stiff from what I did with that retainer and the mount and the da-da-da-da-da, but it'll break in. It'll be all right. It's old like me. You know, it's just mind over matter. And if you don't mind, it don't matter. Damn, man, I wanted to fix this stand before I went through all that crap again with this thing doing this. Anyway, it's still my birthday. When you got a Labor Day weekend birthday, it always, for me anyway, always lasted almost a week. I don't care how old I am. I still look at it as the new 30. All right, 39. Anyway, I did manage to get this done yesterday to stop this. The way this thing was rocking around, I figured I hooked that board up to the bottom Once this is filled with water, it should be pretty good. Now this thing, it's got a little flat spot on it. Very slight. Keeps it from really rolling. Looks like I may be able to turn this thing upside down, because it's rubbing at the top, but not at the bottom. Let me try that real quick. Got my little pick here. See if I can salvage this one. It's the same thing the other one was doing. It would just spin around, spin around. I said, screw it, I'm going to cut it off, which I'm going to do that now. Well, it's rubbed a little deeper than I thought, but the main part is up here at the top. Oh, it's spinning. Okay, so this, want it to open just right there past that first mark. Let's see what happens. Yep. Chokey wokey. Hang on, let me get used to it here. There you go, baby. Wow. Second pull. And normally on second pull or firing that much, I'll open that choke back up. Yeah, I'm going to have to open that carb up a little bit more. You know, the timing has to match the amount of fuel going in. I guess I didn't open it. Need 3 hands. Where's that screwdriver? What did I do with that screwdriver? I do this all day. That's what happens when you get old. Well, I'll try this one. I know I'm getting old because everything's starting to click. My knees, my ankles, my elbows. Come on, let's get this thing. Screwing around over here. That should be a lot right there. Because when it's on start position, it should rev up. Normally start position, you reach down there and yank it back down to idle because it's revving too high. Back it out a little bit. All right, right before the first mark. Up to start. Man, you know what I think happens too is my gas has been sitting for weeks and the gas starts to evaporate, but the oil doesn't. That's why it's so smoky. I was going to put a couple of fresh gallons in and hopefully get the boat out for my birthday. She said, don't sound that great. Don't sound that great. Way off, way out. What was right there? It's just starting to open, so I'm a little bit A little bit behind that line there. Get this baby just right. Come on, this can't, you know, it's like I said, it's not freaking rocket science. Seems a little better, but it's never gonna stay running at idle. 1.5. Give it a little choke. Nope, she don't like anything I'm doing. Let me get a socket, tighten all those intakes down. Ooh, that one's snug. Man. I don't think that was it. Oh man, that ground wire's loose. See what happens when you get old? But don't let getting old get you down. Because it's a pain in the ass trying to get back up. Let's see if that did anything. Could have been it. It could have been sporadic spark. See that start position, it should be better than that. It's got good compression, new pistons, rings. This carb, I'm not 100% sure if this was the one that came on here. I think it is. Yeah, see, the damn thing's not moving till up on or past the second mark. Why can't I get that thing where it's supposed to be? Well, that's right. I jacked this up a little bit. It's come back down. Right there. And it's moving where it's supposed to. Right past that first mark, we're right there. It's starting to open. I also remember too, I tried that 1980 Carb on here, and I liked the way it ran. And then I put the original one back on. Yeah, I'll just give it one more shot here and see. Man, is this choking it out, the smoke? And look what I just did. Remember in the last episode, I was getting all messed up there pulling this rope and getting one of them old people bruises. And that pull just did me in. Oh God, let me go clean this up and get a Band-Aid and stuff. Well, it's official. I got about 1 tablespoon of, what do you call it, left, peroxide. I use a lot of peroxide. Oh man, remember that time you gave me a thumbs down? Well, here's a finger for you. I was looking for my painter's tape. I couldn't find it. That stupid Band-Aid wasn't going to stay on. Oh man, old people skin bruise. You know you're getting old when you go to the doctor and he refers you to an archaeologist. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be here all week. Enjoy the veal. Oh God, at least we got a nice breeze today. Very little rain in the forecast, thank goodness. All right, what am I doing here? I probably should put a glove on. Why does this thing keep doing this to me? All these outboards I've pulled over all these friggin' years, and this one wants to screw my finger up. Weird. Something ain't right with this thing. I don't even know what frickin' plugs these are. They champions. J4Cs, baby. That's the right plug. At this point, I'm like thinking carb. But I mean, what could possibly be wrong? It's the most simplest of things. You know, lean, rich. Of course, these things like a lean mix. But there's that spot when you dial her in. To me, it's just not getting enough gas. It's kind of surging a little bit. I'm going to try to open it up one more time. See if it does anything. Sometimes, too, I've said it before, these old motors, you got to set them to run where they want to run. Screw any kind of manual, or you know, the manual will get you started, but it's rare, but it'll happen. Boy, I just opened that thing up and it's still not going anywhere. What the hell is going on? Let's see. I'd swear I opened it up more. That's the way it's supposed to start. I did open it. Bringing it down didn't do anything. Let's see if I go a little farther. I'll put it down at start, at idle position, see what happens. Let's go right between the two marks. I got it open too far. But she sounds good. Look at all the friggin' smoke. I gotta get some fresh gas in there. That could be part of the problem too. Like I said, the gas evaporates, the oil sits in there. So I mixed up a couple gallons. A little light on the oil. So there's only two things to do, and that's try to find a sweet spot. She likes to run with that butterfly opened up. So like I said, it's either find the sweet spot there or try a carb swap and see if it makes a difference. Anyway, swapping that gas out, by the time all this fuel line, everything gets burned up, you know, it's going to be a while because it's still got the old oily fuel in it. Talk to me, honey. Talk to me. Let me squeeze up on that pump a little bit, make sure it's tight. Oh, good quarter turn there. Oh, I think that's new. Well, let me give it another adjustment and give it a shot. If I can't find a sweet spot on there, I'm going to have to try another carb. then I'll know, you know, that's the only other place I can think to go. Those reed valves all look good. So let's see if we can back this thing up a little bit. Tighten this up. Stay down there, just in front of that first mark. Open that butterfly up. Alright, let's see what she does this time. My poor, whatever you call that part, knuckle, finger knuckle. Why? I still don't know why this one, like I said, pulled so many frickin' motors. Not bad, or better, I should say. So it's right on that second notch, it's running. Come down to the first notch, nothing. So it's pretty slight. If I can get the carb to open where it's at the second notch to where it's at right now, should be pretty good, or close. Oh, come on. See, the plate is floating just a little bit, all that work I did. It still wants to float opposite of the magnets. It's just got a little bit of slop in it. And it wants to go right there to the first mark and rev up. Man, how am I going to stop that? Because it's not too bad. It should be a little, idling a little bit better than that. Like right, almost at the sweet spot. But if it's going to start floating like that, which, it needs to sit there and idle by itself and not be moving all over the frickin' place. I could come up on this idle stop a little bit, see what happens. Damn, I hit that finger. Good God. It's not the handle, it's the rope. Hang on to that thing, man. That's what happened last week. I had to hang on to it. I called the incontinence hotline. They put me on hold. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be here all week. That's my last old joke. Thank you very much. And thank everybody that donated to the channel there, bought me a beer for my birthday. And plenty of money there. Boy, I'm going to have a steak dinner and the whole 9 yards. If I can ever get out of this place. Anyway, yeah, thanks a lot to everybody that did. I mean, very generous, put it that way. So very nice. What the hell was I doing? Oh man, that hurt when I did that, I can tell you that much. Let's see where it's at here now. Trying not to pull it too hard. It's not even moving now, and it's just surging like hell. It's getting less smoky though. Sounds better, it's idling better. But what's up with the surge? And what happened to this thing? It didn't do all this crap to me that, like I said, 5 months ago, almost to the day I had this thing in the water, dialing it in and running it. What's causing the surge?
Oh yeah, baby.